From beautiful downtown Eureka, California, it's time for the Savage Henry Magazine radio program. Hey, everybody.
Why, hello.
This is episode
158.
158.
If you thought we were saying 156 last episode, you're a fucking liar. We did not. Not a single time. That was one episode last week. It's 158 this time. The fact that we even made it to 158 is insane.
You can go to the tape. I don't give a fuck. We said 157.
157. Episode 157. Hello, I am one part of the hosting menagerie, Daniel Amaral.
Menagerie, that sounds sexy.
It's a big word I learned off of TV.
Yeah.
Sounds very sexy.
To my left.
You didn't even say your name. You just
said my name is Daniel Amaral. And to my left, our brand new, beautiful baby boy co-host, Alec Cole, everybody.
Hello.
Yay.
Very, very good to be here.
And don't forget this old shoe over here.
Oh,
and our Papa Bear to us baby cubs.
Go ahead.
The Lenny to our Bruce, the Pine to our Apple. Chris Duran, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
The
Pine?
owner of the Savage Henry Magazine Comedy Club, which we are recording from live.
Yeah, live. And guess what?
we have people
There's
here.
people here.
And we can name them.
This is a new thing.
It is. And I just lost.
Yeah, and now the volume is down.
Check
this
two.
is why we edit afterwards, friends.
See, it's this fucking thing.
I know. I understand.
But it's still recording on here.
It's still recording on here. We need
and
to
we're
there
back.
we go.
All right.
Okay. We're going to have to do this different in the future. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
One, we can't just stare at people for 40 seconds while music plays.
I said I was buying them
not
chips.
Say anything.
So if you haven't noticed, if you're new to the show, this is the Savage Henry Magazine radio program, a podcast that's been around for so many years.
600 years.
And we are back with a new format. And thank you for all the amazing comments for the last episode and the well wishes as we were.
We had comments?
We had comments.
Oh, my God.
We got it in person on the web. And yeah, as you can see, we're recording from the new Savage Henry Studios.
As you can see.
As you can hear.
Camera.
It's podcast. It's been a long time. We're still getting into the flow of it. And this is just an all-around just satire podcast. We talk about stuff. We're going to review some stuff, talk about some news.
I think it was before you were back in the day in one of the earlier incarnations of this podcast. It was called Shit Talking.
Oh, I see.
Being
the magazine
the
initials.
magazine acronym is
Uh-huh.
SHIT, Savage
Right.
Henry Independent Times. But we decided to change it for some reason.
Was that when you guys were still recording in the back of the Amped skateboard shop?
The luxurious studios in the back of the Amp Skateboard Shop. Yes. You know what was so good about that office, though? Our own bathroom. It was as big as the entire office, but it had a shower in it. Yeah, that's good.
That's upsetting. That's always like a very disconcerting sign. We're in a business bathroom. You have a shower. What havoc did they expect to occur in there?
That's pays homage to the work ethic people used to have back in the day.
Of shitting themselves.
They never
at work.
left the goddamn building. They would sit there all the day and work 15-hour days. You know, back when men were men. That's going to get me in trouble if I finish that statement. So I'm going to dip out of that one right there.
I don't know.
But you know that blue collar work ethic.
We talked about like North and South Korea a lot last episode. I feel like if we can do that, we can get away with more.
Oh yeah, you want to push boundaries?
That's true. We did go there.
I can't remember. See, that's one thing I don't listen to the podcast.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
No, it's
Does it sound like I don't listen to it?
no. It's the most professional thing I've ever heard in my life. It's absolutely amazing.
I didn't say I was the producer,
That's true.
as evident from me setting up tonight.
No, we got rid of our.
I have 35 pounds of mic cords in my lap right now. I can't. I can't get by them. Just everywhere. Just kidding. There's not.
I like your theory of how you're gonna look like you know more about what you're doing just by hoarding more supplies than what you would use to do that thing.
Yeah.
That's how they did it back in the Klondike Gold Rush.
As in the Klondike ice cream bar?
Yes, that's what they were going up to Alaska and dying in the snow for was ice cream bars.
I mean, that's why the slogan is what
would you do
for a Klondike? Because it turns out back in the day, people would do a lot.
This is like the 70s? Or?
Yeah. Like they'd
70s.
leave their families to die in the snow.
One of Arcata High's finest, everybody. Look at the 70s.
Don't bring high school into this. It's not Arcata High's fault. It's the weed's fault.
It's the Who's?
The what?
No, the Who had nothing to do with this.
I don't know. Have you heard their song Klondike Gold Rush?
I swear to God, if that's a real thing, we're going to play it. Is that a real thing, or are you lying to me?
He's full of shit.
I want to start a Who cover band called The What?
I fucking hate you. I mean, I love you. But that was rough.
You guys heard the name of my Yes cover band name?
Maybe.
Yep. That's it.
Oh.
Or maybe you've heard it. I don't know. See there.
This is,
Remember,
notice how this isn't funny
Slurpee
to them.
McSlurperslan right there. Like, go to fucking 7-Eleven before the show here? Damn.
Just having a nice, refreshing steelhead beer that
Oh.
you can find at our lovely bar here at
Yes,
the
it's
Savage Henry
one of
Comedy
the-
Club.
One of the lovely local brews that we have for sale here at the Savage Henry Comedy Club. Mm-hmm. Remember earlier
Yum.
when I said we weren't going to win any podcast award? If we are going to win a podcast award, it's going to be for best theme song, DJ Musician's theme song.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I like to let it go so long. I just like to hear that beat, man.
I mean, I agree. It's a good
Yeah.
song. But,
I mean, I could just do the whole. We could just have that be the whole podcast. Just play it like for 45 minutes on a loop.
just on a loop.
We should do that one time. Next April Fools.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody. We're going to trick everybody.
No, the three people that we're going to have to hold to this promise sitting in front of us is going to be real tricky to wrangle them all and to really get them to keep their lips tight.
It is going to be. We have disclaimers if you guys can sign them before you leave. That you will not disclose anything you heard here at the or at the podcast. What has been going on this week? I know this kid over here got out of town.
It did get out.
He was mad at me. All right, look, check it out. I'm going to tell you a little story.
Oh, me? Okay.
Friday night, we had. Were you on that show or were you just here?
I
jumped on.
wasn't. I was a drop in on that show.
Yep. So we had a good show here Friday. Then we decided to tie one on at the shanty afterwards, and me and him were going to share an Uber home.
No.
And he
Never
had to
agreed
he
to
had to
this.
get up
Never
early.
do the shanty after a show.
It's becoming a thing around
It's
here.
totally becoming a thing. It would not be an issue. Where I went wrong was the Chris, I'll share an Uber with you part because that meant that I had to stay out as late as Chris wanted to.
You want to be see.
But it wasn't just the shanty. You wanted a nightcap after the nightcap. That was what I didn't even drink at that point.
No,
but
because
just
you know why?
waiting to go home.
You know why you didn't drink at that point? Because your fucking head was on the bar over here, and you were literally crying.
I wasn't crying.
Yes, you were.
I was not crying.
I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
He was,
That was not
I thought
crying.
for a second he was like, you went through a breakup and like he was.
He just wanted to go home.
No, I just wanted to go home and sleep because I knew I had a 5-hour drive the next day.
Ooh, 5 hours. Hey, oh my gosh, how are you gonna do it?
Yeah, hungover, asswipe.
Dude, you say you want to be a road. You say you want to hit the road. You want to be a comic, dude. This is called. You know how when
This isn't the 80s.
you know how when people get
People don't do it anymore like
Oh.
that. You know why? You know why? Because those people are dead now.
Oh,
That's
really?
why we chilled the
Steve
fuck
Martin
out.
is dead. Yeah.
Steve Martin probably hasn't had a martini since 1979.
Yeah.
Since he got that arrow in the head.
Yeah.
What'd you say? The heroin addict
Yeah.
or the arrow through the head?
No, well, and his heroin addiction really.
Well, you're gonna need heroin to beat that pain of an arrow going through your head. You know, that's just.
So you made Alec cry because you
I
wouldn't let
didn't
him
make
go
him
home.
cry.
He made me
I
cry.
wouldn't take him home though.
I forget, like, Chris is such an interesting drunk in the levels of drunk he gets, because it just becomes like a teddy bear, but then just a more aggressive teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
But in like the safest way possible. Like if like a safe homeless person came in, and it was just like, hey, you want to go on an adventure? I love you.
And yet he went on and invent. See, you know how when people buy a brand new cast iron pan and they season it? That's what I'm doing with you for a Rocom. I'm just seasoning the pan, baby. Just seasoning that pan, getting you all nice and.
Yeah, but I'm made of Teflon. That's
See,
where you're going wrong with that.
You're not going to taste the iron. You know, you got to really taste that iron. You know, get the iron. I don't know why it makes me say it like that.
I don't know why you're like an Italian woman,
like an
trying to
Italian
convince
miner,
me.
just going for it. Iron, digging for iron. All right, no one can see this.
Yeah, I know.
Not
Nobody
visual.
can see that we're
Except
doing
our beautiful crowd here, everybody.
It gets it up for our crowd.
Look at
All right.
That's not just us clapping distance away from the mic. That's real hands.
No, we have people here. I forgot we have the doors open. For
that was
Monday
the whole
nights.
point of this thing. Was this
Great.
is more people that have come to a Monday show than any other Monday show we've attempted. I think.
Yeah.
Well, to help support the locals, let's talk about an interesting local story I caught on another podcast, Humboldt last week. Miles, big supporter of Savage Henry and whatnot and everything we do. And he covered an interesting story about, you guys hear about a pig that got lost up on Fickle Hill?
A pig?
Yeah,
What?
so a pig. So it was...
A pet pig or
like
a
a
future
cop
meal?
or like a
not a cop. No, it wasn't a cop. The cops came later. It was... God damn it. It was...
Daniel's
There goes
woke-
that
woke
that
segment.
EPD demographic. Fuck. And like, so yeah, a family's pig went out and it was, decent sized pig, about a year old. And it, they can get pretty big. And it was just running about. It wasn't really doing any harm. And the cops went out there.
It
and they were
wasn't burrowing for truffles anywhere or anything?
nope, just shrooms. Just looking up for some straight psychedelics. That's why
It is a humble pig. So.
why that pig was listening to like Grateful Dead when they found it, just traveling along on its ways. And
What song would it have been listening to? What Grateful Dead song would a pig listen to? Am I the only one who knows more than two Grateful Dead songs?
You know, Daniel was just going for a safe reference, and now
boy.
here you are, being the
No,
dad,
it would be
sitting him
Bertha.
down, being like, "Boy, if you're gonna talk about the Grateful Dead,
we're gonna talk.
you
about
better get specific."
I'm just saying it right now. You don't have to. Bertha. That's what. So go ahead.
yeah, that tune. And duh. And so they were trying to find the owners. The cops were called.
The owners of the cops or the of the pig. Okay.
Yes, the cops were called by some pedestrians who were worried about this pig roaming around the city.
As they were walking like across a crosswalk, they pulled their phone.
Yes, exactly.
You know how this goes.
I can never get through a story. It's like a 2-minute story. No, that's going to be 15 minutes.
We need to fill the time, Daniel.
And so the cops were called, and there was a man there, one of the pedestrians, who was kind enough to help them out, and he offered to take the pig home to hold on to for safekeeping.
Was he licking his lips a lot when he offered this?
Don't jump the gun.
Okay.
So about 2 hours later, the officer did a great job and was able to locate the owners. And
Are you trying to get out of a ticket or something?
I am. The second DUI and just preventative measures. And the cops were called. They located it. It was a family pet. They've had it in the family for a year. The typical the young daughters. It was the mother-in-law was taking care of it, I believe. And the officer was like, great, let's go get your pig. 2 hours have gone by. They go to the man's property, and they have butchered the fucking pig already.
What?
Yeah. The guy just bait and switched the cop. He's like, oh, I'll take care of the pig. I'll do the good thing. I'll look after it. They had just immediately butchered it up. They went to the property, and the cop's like, may I please have the pig back? And they're like,
Sure, you want a chop or you want to...
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Imagine if that's how Babe would have went.
It
that
would have been
movie
much-
Babe would have been a lot shorter if... did Babe get lost in that? I haven't seen that movie.
It's been a long time.
that and Homeward Bound gets so jumbled up together. So then the times when the cop had to go back and tell the family. He has to go. So the cop finds the pig, finds the family, tells the family that he's found the pig, goes to get the pig, has to come back to the family and tell them, hey, your pig, you can't have it anymore. One of the members of the family goes to the farm or goes to the man's property. Is like, at the very least, we want the meat.
Whoa! Whoa, they're gonna eat it.
Shit.
And she makes a very good point. She's like, it wasn't necessary to eat, but they feel like that nobody should benefit from this situation. They're probably going to eat it in secret, which is
crying.
fine. That's fine.
Just bawling and eating pork chops.
Oh, God. Princess Snuffleuffle.
More applesauce.
Oh, God. And so they go back, and the guy, so they ask, they're like, can we at least have them meet in this really odd situation? And the guy's like, no, fuck you, get off my property.
Whoa.
And the story is still cooking out there.
So was that pig slow roasted. Hey. No?
Oh, I didn't even intend for that. That was an unintentional pun.
Yeah, I know. I came in and slam dunked it for you. It's like you shot it, went out the backboard, it was sitting around up there, and I came down and just put it home for you.
You're like the Chris Durant of
I'm
basketball.
like the Bill Lambier of podcasting, because I threw a few elbows on the way up, too.
So the moral of that story is that people are shitty everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially, just because I brought up Bill Lambier. Look, he's sorry he was such a dirty player, okay? Nobody? Do you guys know Bill Lambier is? No basketball fan? Oh, Jesus, man. That just
Who did he play for?
The Detroit Pistons.
Where are we? Okay,
Yeah.
my point.
Do we have the package up here? The NBA package? We have ESPN? Fuck you. Like you have to only watch the teams that are like in a radius of...
I'm just saying there are 3 people in this audience right now.
Hey.
You're banking on one of them following. What was his year? What was
Bill Lambier is part of the Bad Boys.
And when? What was the
We're
time
talking
period?
like late 80s, early 90s.
Late 80s. Who here was born in at an age where they were watching basketball in the late 80s?
That's right. I'm the only
Thank
one
you
holding
very
my
much.
hand up.
That is my point.
I remember NBA Jams. That was dope as fuck.
I think Bill Lambier was, because it was 2-on-2, right? Was that the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 2-on-2 with the big heads.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah,
I think Bill Lambier was a Piston on that a few times. Well, here we go. We just turned this into the Lambier cast.
I think it's pretty safe to say that with this audience right now, if they weren't in Space Jams, a reference to a basketball player is not going to work.
It's a plural. Space
Don't
Jams.
make fun of my Mexican heritage. We add S's to everything.
Is that why you say essay?
Yeah, and a Sprite.
Speaking of Bill Lambier,
Are we?
let's go to Bill Lambier time.
All right,
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
All right, we're going to take a break real quick, try to salvage a theme song, and be right back and taste some delicious beer.
Yay!
I was like, hold that.
And
It's beer time. It's beer time. It's time to drink some suds. It's beer time. It's beer time. So gather all your buds. It's not that complicated to get inebriated. So crack a beer and drink it with the Savage Henry Radio program.
And welcome to Beer Time.
I didn't know.
There it is, guys. And welcome to Beer Time, the best part of our podcast. The part of our podcast where we review a beverage, most likely a beverage that has alcohol. And on today's episode, we have Clarity from Eel River. I don't know if you two are familiar with Clarity or not.
I'm not. You guys know my steez. I'm just PBR all day.
Yeah, it's
Literally all day. Like,
Yeah, I've never seen you
I
drink water.
I haven't been able to get drunk in years. It's
Just PPR. No, well, hey, maybe it's time for you to clear your mind. Yeah, I hate myself too. And so, if you guys didn't know, Eel River Brewery is a local brewery here in Humboldt County, out of Fortuna. They are all.
it'd be weird if there were a local brewery not in Humboldt County.
Oh, I mean, there's listeners that are outside of Humboldt County. You just want to make sure sometimes. You just want to say local, then you want to make sure that people know where the local is. Chris.
Great job.
Thank you. And it's a spiked sparkling water. Next on the trend of drinks, we went beers, we went ciders, sours. Now we're down to sparkling water.
Just water that'll get you fucked up.
Water that will get you fucked up. For a person who is on a diet, this is great for me.
Why is it like no? Is there no calories?
There's like no carbs and
No carbs.
But
barely
alcohol has carbs in itself, doesn't it?
not the alcohol they use.
Less
Oh
than
my
one.
God.
There's less than 1 gram of carbs in this bitch, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I didn't know you were hanging out with this LA guy too long, man. Looking at the carbs.
Oh, the LA guy?
Yeah.
Alec was telling us a fun story about how things work in LA with doctors off the air. I didn't know that blowjobs are just a currency for talent.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
that's- yeah.
a one-way Greyhound ticket to Humboldt, apparently, too.
Yeah, where the stars are born, Humboldt County. That's just for the 3 people in the audience. And they have 3 flavors, and we're going to be trying all 3 flavors at once. I think that's the first time for beer time where we take a whole lineup of companies.
Like an Irish Neapolitan.
Yeah, just like that. Just like an Irish Neapolitan. So we have, Chris, what flavor are you rocking?
I believe I have raspberry.
Alec, what do you have? I think
Excuse
you have
me,
their newest
raspberry.
I have their newest flavor, Oscar Mayer lemon.
Hot dog water.
one. And I got that ginger stuff.
Ginger snap. It's got lime in it, too.
All right, so I feel like we should try the beer before
I
we-
haven't had
Yeah,
one of
let's-
these yet.
Let's go for
Ever?
And we serve them here at the bar. No, I told you.
Oh, that's right. We serve them here at the Savage Henry Comedy
Comedy
Club.
Club.
415.
All right, yeah.
it. Fifth Street.
Eureka.
Smells like a Flintstones aspirin or like a vitamin.
It totally does. Actually, mine as well. It's just inherent.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can. Yeah, no, I can do it.
It
I got the
tastes-
raspberry, and guess what? There's hints of raspberry.
Yeah, just interrupt me, why don't you?
I will, because
It's
that's the
like
whole point.
just-
You get,
I
man,
was
you
just,
want to
you know,
be a
just,
big
you
time
know, it's
podcast.
like
You
I'm
got to
just-
put your shit
I'm just
out there,
here
and you got to go
trying
forward.
to talk like a person, just be a normal conversationalist, and
That's
you're
not
just
what
over here like,
podcasts
raspberry.
can barely
It's
hear
like,
you.
Come on now.
Your docile tones.
That's because you're not listening.
I'm trying not to.
I've talked to your wife about this.
Yeah.
She feels the
Wait
same
a
way.
minute.
So there's trees on the can.
Yeah, because I don't think you can make any beer in Humboldt without putting a fucking redwood on it.
You can't make anything in Humboldt without putting a redwood on it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't know how I feel.
Now, have you had this before, Daniel?
I've had the raspberry before, and that raspberry, the red stuff, has the common issue of almost tasting like cough syrup, and not in the fun way where like, oh no, I'm gonna take the nighttime stuff and try to stay up.
Yeah, not like the Lil Wayne kind of way, right?
No. This is very Big Warren.
I'm sorry, big what?
Like Elizabeth Warren? What do you
Yep.
mean? Where's what?
I think that's like an Indian phrase, like Big Warren. Like,
No, don't bring that up. It was already bad enough already for you to bring that up. No, it's it falls flat.
but it's bubbly. Oh, but like, expand, dude. Just don't look at me like that. That doesn't work in podcasts.
I feel like it's one of those things. I feel like I'm cheating life by drinking this. Like I know there's alcohol in here, but it's almost around the same point of like drinking. When do you just start drinking mouthwash?
When your husband's running for president.
This is the
That's
drink
happened.
you
I
bring.
think it was Dukakis' wife that was it. Yeah. She was, anyway, another history lesson.
All right.
Yeah, tell me the next time Beto
And if
O'Rourke
it's not
drinks
her,
something.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Dukakis, but it's one of them back in the day was cut. She was such an alcoholic that she would just guzzle mouthwash.
Oh.
But hey, I don't know if you guys knew
Nice.
that. I didn't, so it's also zero sugar and it's motherfucking gluten free.
Yeah, but alcohol is sugar.
That's actually I don't. I mean, there's definitely some witchcraft going on in this brew. That is, I mean, I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So because maybe we do want their money. I won't bash it.
They are an advertiser in the magazine, however.
What I will
we should
say
have we should have said that.
is up forward. If you've ever wanted to get fucked up by drinking the flavor of a doctor's lollipop, this is for you.
Is that lemon specifically? Because
It's the lemon specifically. Yeah.
But you've tiptoed through about all of these. haven't you?
Yeah, well, actually, I don't think I've had the raspberry.
You want the rest
but
of mine?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'll take the rest of
It's all
yours.
right.
I'm not. See, look, I'm not that picky. It's just it wouldn't personally be my first choice, but I imagine if you were, like a white mother of 3, you're fucking down. Like this is probably how you party.
It kind of tastes like You know, like when we were kids and like we have like our Halloween bucket of candy. And it's
You act like we all grew up together. Like,
yeah, it's you know, in the Sandlot, and and we have like our.
I would
bucket
have
of
been really
candy.
weird hanging out with you guys. We were all like,
You're that magical homeless person. Like, hey kids, your parents out of town. Let's go hang out. Let's get fucked up.
why
I
is
never
that
thought
30-year-old
about that.
hanging out with those kids.
I never thought about that, but this is a friendship that could have only ever happened
After-
at the
I was
time that
waiting.
It did.
At a
I
certain
was
age,
waiting you. For,
Yeah,
I was waiting you for to clear 27. I'm like, I want to be Alex Fram, but I gotta wait a few more years.
I can't make him cry just yet. It was just a long con. But you know that bucket of candy I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
And it's always like it's like a month after, and it's all the weird candy at the bottom that you've like been avoiding, and then like mom just spills her wine, and some of it gets in that bucket, and then you eat that candy. That's what this tastes like.
Did that actually happen in your childhood, or were you just like as
You're
if,
making
like,
it sound like it's just my childhood. That's everyone's childhood.
Well, in my case, it would have
Mothers
been Bud
spill-
Light. It wouldn't have been wine.
Yeah,
but,
you know what? Mom, dad, grandma, like whatever.
I was a fat kid. I ate my candy before anybody even saw it.
My mom was just Catholic. She just made me feel guilty about everything I did.
Mine was too, which is why I threw the candy up later. But you know, it was immediately I was just pounding it.
Yeah.
That's what we do with our kids. We let them all have on Thanksgiving. We let them have it. Wait a month. On Halloween, we let them just have as much as they want, and then we took it away. So they got to gorge themselves on Halloween.
Yeah, I've been to the Durant's place for Halloween parties, and it's just a gaggle of comedians, and then you're hanging out and having a regular adult comedian party, and then what they don't warn you about the first time over there is the gaggle of kids that show up out of nowhere that are just as fucked up as we are, but it's all on sugar. It is the most insane thing I've ever seen before.
No,
Seeing one of
it's
Chris
on-
Durant's son
it's on Pabst, too.
just jump up on a table, rip his shirt open, and go, "Look at me! I'm almost in puberty."
Can I just?
I don't
I
remember
love
that.
that
I think that was
everyone.
me.
I love
I think it
that
was
everyone
Redbeard.
in your universe is geese or are geese. This is just both groups you referred to as gaggles.
Oh yeah, no, it's
That's a very geese-centric term.
they're always migrating away
All
from me.
of your people that are important to you in life are geese.
That'd be weird if he's like, a murder of kids came in, and
I grew up on a ranch. I was that kid who like brought his goose to school for show and tell. Like, this is my best friend. We practice kissing.
What was its name?
I think we need to talk
Sean?
right now.
Sean?
Yeah.
Sean the Goose.
Sean Goose?
Was he a Canadian citizen, or was he a...
I don't know. We kept him in the barn.
He never flew. He didn't leave you half the year and come
He
back?
didn't want to leave.
Man, you must kiss really good. You broke the instinct of a goose to fly somewhere
Broke
else.
his will.
Man.
I'm pretty sure I just described an abusive relationship. I'm pretty sure.
You know,
you
if
don't
you-
want to leave. You don't want to go outside. We can just hang out together forever and watch Netflix.
I would like to say this raspberry one tastes like a sweet tart if it was stepped on at a bar.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So if you're into that, this is the drink for you.
So, you going back to what you were saying and what you said about the housewife, mother of three drink. Is this? Could you almost say this is irresponsible?
Irresponsible. What do you mean?
Like, because you don't know, and then you have four of these, and then next thing you know, you're like walking in a
I
wall.
think
Oh, I see what
clarities.
you're saying.
Yeah, I think clarities are the type of drink that'll get you in trouble on accident.
Man, wait till they come out in 40s. Just a 40 clarities. Just,
I might buy them more if they came out with 40s. All right, guys. So now this is the part of the segment where we rate the beer.
I'm sorry, we do what?
Where we rate
Oh, that's a
the
T.
beer.
Thank God.
Rate the beer.
Oh, man, I thought this podcast took an ugly turn.
No, God, not until episode 200.
Oh, man. Remember, everybody, he said it.
What?
He's going to have inappropriate sexual relations with a beer on episode 200. Man,
give
be
me-
careful. That hole cut you, man.
You get me a goose.
I'll bring Sean back from the fucking dead, dude, for that, dude. He's probably down in fucking Tahiti or wherever the fuck they fly to. Just chilling right now.
I hope geese live forever.
It'd be beautiful.
I kind of just left them there in the barn when I was a child.
Like when you're driving by the pastures on 101 and shit and you see them all sitting there, do you ever go, Sean? Like just yell out the window? And does a goose ever reply?
They always honk back. They always speak all at once, so I can never tell which is which. But so let's rate this beer. Chris, starting with yourself, rate this beer with whatever scale you feel free to want to use.
I'm going to rate it on the 15 Flintstone vitamins I had one day because I thought they were candy. When I was a kid. This was when I was a child.
Okay.
Yes. That's so, yeah.
Not
15.
2 weeks ago on that couch.
No, I only had 8 that night.
All right.
Yeah.
Alec?
Let's see. On a scale of House Hunters to Property Brothers, this is a flip this house, definitely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that the one with the brothers?
No, that's the one. I think it's maybe I'm wrong. It's the one with it's like a couple
And they look for ghosts.
and they flip people's houses.
And they look for ghosts while rescuing
Which
pit bulls?
really, I thought that was more complicated. It's not. Turns out you just take a house and you turn it around and you resell it that way because sometimes they look better like that.
So the backhand. They're like the
Yeah.
shove that.
Yeah.
Sir Mix-a-Lot
Some
should
people,
host
some
that
people
show.
are all about the ass, so they just have to see that first, and
That's
they're
what I'm
like,
saying.
"I'll take this house."
Sir Mix-a-Lot should host it.
There you go.
And I give it 2 goose nips.
Sean. I was doing it for you.
Thank you. It kind of set me back like a...
Does Sean have a last name? Like Sean T. Goose or something like that?
Nope, just called him Sean.
Sean. Well,
You start giving him more of a name than that, and it's harder to, disassociate and detach.
Now, your brother has been on the podcast from time to time. He's cartoonist for the magazine from time to time.
Yeah.
He's a little older than you. Did he get along with Sean? Oh my God! I just asked him a question. I think Noon probably killed Sean or something. I think that's what the case is.
We don't speak of
All right.
men.
Man, you know they have those long necks. Never mind. I'm going to.
What do you think my brother
I'm trying
did?
to make you and
You
a
tell me
goose
what
fuck
you think
by
he
the end of
did
this
to get the
podcast.
goose. Let's get some goddamn alcohol percentage in this. All right, so in this game we do prices right. Prices
We
right.
should even
rules.
ask our audience to
Yeah.
guess, and then maybe we could throw in a prize or something.
So whoever gets the alcohol percentage closest without going over is the winner. And then we'll get the audience in on that.
Well, audience first. My man right here. Alcohol percentage over Clarity.
Yeah, all three are actually the same. So yeah.
6.4 is the first one. In the back? 5.2. Is that a joint guess or? Okay.
Equality, Chris.
Hell yeah.
There we got 6.4, 5.2, and 4.7. I'm going $1.
Ooh, motherfucker. Someone's seen a Price is Right before. And because I know the number, I'm not going to be guessing. So, Alec, you are the final guess.
5.
All right. And coming in with a soggy piece of paper on the can, it is 5%.
On the noggin. That's $1,000 for Alec.
Hell yeah.
All right, Alec. That is 2 weeks in a row
Like
for
we
you.
actually
good sir.
have it.
See, here's the thing that I left out. I said this drink was for white moms. What I left out was that I am one.
What?
5 is the ideal alcohol content percentage for a young mother like myself.
So how many of these before you call an Uber?
How many? Well, I would say 3 of these and a finger of rosé, and then I there's no way I'm driving.
So that's her name, Rosé?
Rosé all day. That's right.
Do they say that because you could drink it all day and like still function?
Pretty much.
Okay. So it's like me and Paps.
That's good to know.
Yeah. We also say no way, rosé.
Or do you know the way to Rosé? Just like when you're going to a bar, like, hey, like Norm would say that if he drank wine and we walked into Cheers. Like, hey, Norm. He's like, do you know the way to Rosé? And everyone would laugh.
I'm a Riesling.
You know who my
You sound like
favorite lesbian comedian is? Rosé O'Donnell.
God damn it. You don't have to clap. It's fine, guys. It's okay. You already bought a couple of drinks. We appreciate you.
I'm
I'm
laughing
making-
at the horribleness.
I'm making I'm making an all-female remake
Here
of
we
The
go.
Usual Suspects, and the villain in the film is named Kaiser Rose. I knew none of the people in the audience were going to
I
get
got
that.
it.
That was for me. That was for me.
Yeah.
And you, the listeners at home.
That one guy was like,
know
yeah.
you know who my favorite Oakland Day was?
What's that?
Rose Canseco.
See, I got that reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking ball bounced off his head and went over the fence, man. That was fucking great. What a dipshit.
Well, that was beer time.
You know, also I sold it was, but I have to get this story. Jose Canseco paid for my prom one year.
Paid for your what?
My prom.
Like your entire prom, not just for you to go to
Not
prom.
my tuxedo, my limo rental, and my dinner.
Did your dad place a bet and win, or how did that
No, I
happen?
took his Fleer-rated rookie card in to the play, and this is before the ball bounced off his head, and he tried to find aliens where the fuck he's doing now, and I got like $120 or some shit.
I'm still lost in this story. So what did you do in order to get Jose Canseco to...
He
took
sold
his-
a baseball card.
Okay,
took
so,
his,
so Jose Canseco never
was-
showed up, never took you out on the town.
if he
or
wouldn't
like,
have showed up for picture day, I wouldn't have got that card. So yeah, he did show up somewhere.
Was it a rookie card?
Yeah, rated rookie. He was on it with
that's-
Eric Plunk. Fun fact. Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna say Eric Plunk was the guy who gave up Pete Rose's record hit, but it wasn't. That was Eric's show.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Baseball cast.
I got a scholarship in high school for English, and it was the Pete Rose scholarship. And I was like, oh my God, I did nothing to do with baseball. Turns out, just another guy named Pete Rose.
Not Pete Rose.
Now we've come
All right, we'll be right back to ask him about Eugene, Oregon in just a minute.
I remember wrestling when I was younger. Then I had to stop because of all the boners. On me, not like the ones on me.
You talking about the Rose boners? Rose! Nothing like a Rose boner.
Oh man, I hope this becomes a thing. I really want somebody making me a shirt that has something to do with the rosé pun. You know how people do things for podcasts they care about?
Man, we better get on this and not like set up as people are waiting for us to set
Yeah,
up.
we better start putting some effort in. I
That's
need
a
that
big
T-shirt in my life.
Well, apparently we have a genie in the audience granting wishes. So
That's true.
that's an inside joke.
That's
for
another
all
reference
6 of
for
us,
nobody else.
except for the 6 of us. This is an intimate moment that we'll never forget.
So here's the moral of the story for you at home. Don't be at home so much. Come out and listen to us live.
It's a free show.
Always working.
And we're slinging booze and slinging good times.
You could be here, but you're not. I love you, and I wish you were.
You could have said that with a tiny bit more enthusiasm.
That's the sound that I speak it. That's how. This is how I talk.
When he opens up his heart, everything else gets shut down. He doesn't, yeah.
Are you sure he was crying? Because now I wonder.
Oh, no, he was fucking straight bitching. In fact, Dutch was behind him, like, acting like he was going to choke him because he was being so goddamn annoying. Oh, he almost asked the fucking Uber driver to tuck him in the fucking bed, too. Ridiculous.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
I gave him a 20.
You did, and he was very appreciative.
I'm sure he was.
Did you mean to, or was that drunk you giving him a 20?
It was realistic me that was like, well, we didn't. Okay, because now we're getting into this. So Chris and I were both too drunk to figure out how the fuck to tell the Uber driver we had 2 different stops.
Oh, God.
So we just got in. Chris put his
This is
address
at
in.
3:30 in the morning.
It is 3:30 in the morning. Chris put his address in because it was the farthest away, and then I got to be like, surprise, I'm different. So I'm paying you separately in lieu of us
And he
being
was down with it.
shitheads right now.
And you guys live in
You guys aren't like the presidents of Uber or anything, are you? You're not going to bust this guy, are you? Okay. All right, cool.
So wait, because like you guys live in separate towns, right?
Yeah, he lives
Arcata.
McKinleyville. I'm Arcata.
So you guys got the Uber driver to take Chris all the way up to McKinleyville. Then you're like, hey.
oh no,
No,
on
no.
the way, on the way.
Okay.
I was like, can
I
we
thought you
make
stopped at Chris's house and Chris got out and you just stayed
I'm
in the
a
car.
lady.
You're like, hey, new friend, you want to play a game where you take me to another place outside of the
We
app?
got in the Uber, and I just turned to him and said, fancy yourself a businessman? And then he's like expecting me to pull out my dick or something, I think. But I said, no. And he said yes. And I said, this guy lives in Arcata. He's going to kick down 20 spot for you if you could just drop him off at his house. He said, no problem.
Damn.
No, I've had 2 Uber drivers give me their personal numbers to say they'd like to keep it all off the books and to call them next time.
That you probably shouldn't.
Was that one of them?
No. But he's a friend now. No, I'm not even winking at it. You got some in your eye, Alec? No, that wasn't one of them. But
Okay.
He's going to come to an open mic.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And get up, not just come and watch us.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. Well, shouts out to him.
And I just
Thank
found
you
out- I
again
just
if you're
found out
listening.
We have DoorDash here, too.
Yeah, we got DoorDash.
Are we in? Is Humboldt just coming like of age a little bit? You know?
No, it's just trying way too hard.
Okay. Man,
It's
all
it.
those special things I would leave here and go, ooh, we can have shit delivered right to us wherever we are, like in other cities. Now it's here. Now it doesn't feel so special.
Well, I mean,
All right, we'll be right back. Beer
That's the
time.
longest outro to beer time.
Oh, no, it's not. I think we had a...
We stopped talking about beer like 10 minutes ago, but
Beer is just a loose leaf binder in this whole thing. That's good. I'm going to write that down. Loose leaf binder.
that is a shirt.
All right, we'll be right back to talk to him about Eugene in a minute. All right.
Beer.
That was beer time.
Beer.
I'm out of here.
Beer. Lager.
Yum. And we're back.
Oh, it's so awful every time.
Yeah, it's a really wet one.
Yeah, who
I did that.
was that? That wasn't
That
like
was
for
not
real.
real.
Oh,
I can do it again right now.
please don't.
All right, well. You guys want to do news?
Yeah, it's just a little,
let's do news.
just a little
All right.
news headlines.
I'm going to do some headlines. All right. Check this one out, guys. Check this out. You guys sitting down?
I doubt it's going to top the pig story, but let's.
Yeah, that
let's
was.
hear
That
it.
was a. And have it be local even? That was even more fresh. Mm-hmm. Fresher than a wet paint. Heard that today. I really liked it. Thought I'd use it. Maybe I'll use it somewhere else. Not. Okay. Headlines. Look at this, guys. This former manager of Department of Space Aerospace Threat Program. Guess what he said? UFOs are real, boys. UFOs are real.
Wait, who?
He's
put
the manager of the Department of Defense Aerospace Threat Program. The guy who's supposed to look out for UFOs attacking us. He says they're there.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Move on to the next one.
I figured any reasonable person would have assumed that they were real at this point. It's like.
We're building a space army now. I don't know what we're. worried
Okay,
about.
actually, here's a couple things. Okay,
Okay,
ready?
good.
So, one, UFO stands for unidentified flying object, right? So no
Maybe it's a
shit
rock.
that's real. That can be anything that people can't figure out what it is. It's the most ambiguous thing
as
you can
long
say.
as it's flying.
Yeah, as long as it's flying and nobody knows what the fuck it is, it's a UFO.
That's two of the parameters.
So
right
of
there.
course it's real. Saying that's not real is just denouncing
So you
logic.
do you think
Also, as a reasonable human being, I'm saying this very, very sternly, and I stand by it. If you were a person and you honestly think that in this endless universe we are alone, you're a fucking moron. That's just statistically, that makes zero sense that we would be the only living beings in this like entire universe. That's like going to the beach, finding a fish and being like, "This is the one."
maybe
Watch there be one other population, one other.
Just one. And we're both just like,
there's one other galaxy, one other planet, and they're just fucking dumb. They're just
no, I think that's us, man. I think that's us. We're the dumb ones.
I'm hoping
sure.
I'm hoping first contact we like find a planet, we land on the planet, and we're like, "Hello, we are from Earth." We're like,
it's just like a bunch of Polly Shores. Just
"Oh my god."
That'd be
What's
a
up,
fun
buddy?
fucking planet.
it would. It'd be tight.
Just smells
I'm not knocking that planet at all.
Just smells like cheese whiz and cocaine.
Man, imagine if they can make it together. And just put like the up your
Just
nose
right up, right with the aerosol.
and get it right up in there. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so do you have any real news?
Well, I wouldn't call it real. I mean, it is real. It ain't fake. You know that. Okay. This
Right.
guy is a new guy in the Guinness Book of World Records. Guess what he's in there for?
Nails of some sort, toes, fingers.
Oh, he nailed it all right.
Okay. Is that a hint?
I know,
Is
it's
that
not
a
a
hint?
hint.
Oh, okay,
said
so most crucifixes collected. Is that?
I'm sure that's the Vatican or something.
You said he nailed it. Okay. What?
Nails. I was just making a pun.
So what the fuck did he do?
He put 13 people inside soap bubbles.
Wait, he put 13 people inside what?
Soap bubbles.
Soap bubbles?
Is it
bubbles.
like in a murderous spree or like? For
No, I think
fun?
it's like, look, I'm gonna like, you know how those, you know, you see them on the plaza.
Like the really
they're,
big ones?
you know, doing their dancing thing.
Where the hell is this a headline at?
It's on Huffington Post.
Okay, you know what's crazy? I don't know if it's still how it works. I'm sure it is, but like in order for that to happen, he had to call Guinness and be like, "Hey, I can put a lot of people in soap bubbles, so you need to send a guy," because they send somebody out to watch it happen and record it to verify.
From what
which
I
means
understand,
somebody
it's
had to sit there and watch 13 people be put inside of soap bubbles as like a day in their job.
And they counted them too.
What a world!
You know what I think? But what I understand, it's usually their best friend at the bar who calls. It's not them. They don't want. Oh, I don't know. I just make these soap bubbles, put people in them, whatever the fuck. It's like, man, you need to call Guinness, man. Like that's always the other guy that calls Guinness.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like the buddy. Like
yeah.
I think that the Guinness World Record stuff is just such bullshit. After I opened a book, I think it was like the Millennium Edition, I opened the book, and I swear to you, the first page I opened to was the woman who had sat on the most bananas in a minute. I was like, fuck you. Just put it down. I was like, that's not... So anyone can be in the book. Anyone can make it. Okay,
so
great.
basically that was the shortest shit of your life then, is what you're saying. Like, that's the only place people read Guinness Book of World Records is on the shitter, right?
Oh, no. I mean, well... I was like, no, that's technically it's true because I was in the bathroom at Borders just borrowing the book. So,
Do they let you take whatever book you want in there?
They do if they're not looking.
yeah, and I don't know if they let
Actually,
you.
it was
but-
Borders. They let you do pretty much everything
Yeah.
at Borders.
So is it like a
Borders was like the drunk uncle of Barnes and Noble. They were just like, fuck it.
Books are like...
You want to take the book for a week? That's fine.
that's the library?
That's Borders. Why do you think they're out of business?
Is the one here still open?
No, Chris. It hasn't been open in years. When was the last time you went to the Bayshore Mall?
I go there quite frequently. Go to the FYE, baby. Not buy anything, just like to look at all this stuff.
Oh, you're that guy?
You go to FYE to window shop?
No, I go in.
You know they have the internet, right?
Man, they have so many different.
You know you have a business to run, right? Like two, at least. You have two of them to run. Stop going to the fucking mall.
I like to do laps too. Me and my friend Esther like to go for like a little morning stroll.
You jog around the mall?
Well, I wouldn't call it jogging.
Do you power walk?
Prowl.
Power is a little too strong of a word too.
Creep.
Stumble?
Okay.
Mall stumble?
You're that drunk guy in the mall. Yeah. There used to be a pet store in here. Show me the dogs.
What do you mean I can't get into Bounce-A-Palooza? You don't have a kid, sir. I got 5. They're not here. They're all adults. Ah.
I like how the person knows they're adults, which insinuates you've probably been there for a while talking to them. They're like, sir, it's been half an hour. I'm not going to let you in.
I just want to sleep in the Batman bounce castle.
I swear I won't throw up this time.
And if I do, I'll say I cleaned it up, but I won't really.
I won't mop it up with another kid.
Oh, I thought that was a napkin. I'm sorry, Timmy.
I like your voice of yourself. The impression of yourself is our impression. Where
do you think you guys got it? Here's another story.
Okay.
Check out these ruffians. Band of toddlers found wandering near highway a day after, and this is the word they use, escaping from daycare. A whole day after, they were out there. Who's this Peter Pan leading this group, man? They're on their fucking way. That kid's going to be a future president.
Band of toddlers?
Band of
like
toddlers.
Multiple toddlers?
Multiple toddlers.
We're just
I don't
gone.
think they were like playing instruments. I don't
Multiple
think. It was more like
toddlers
a Robin Hood band.
wandered the highway?
They were found next to the highway, probably trying to
Wandered
hitchhike.
the band of toddlers were hoboing
All of
for
them had
24
bindles.
hours.
Didn't get lost with bindles, but when they were found, they all had bindles.
Was it just Nickelodeon doing their live-action Rugrats movie? Like,
Maybe.
what?
The two of the ones that were hitchhiking when they caught were smoking. I made that part.
God,
I made that
I
part
was
up.
hoping.
It's like the one kid who has like a single mom goes into daycare and like, this is how we do it. And like totally tainted the rest of the crew.
You want a stick and poke tattoo?
Yeah. That's a fun video, but you want to go on an adventure. And they're gone a whole day. I don't know if it was overnight or not because I don't want to click it. But let's just say it was. It was all night. They were out all night.
Did they all survive or a couple
singing
missing?
songs?
I think
and
they ate the fat one.
No.
singing songs, eating cans of beans,
Yep.
talking about how much better it was.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
Those kids.
Now we can take nap time whenever we want.
I am gonna click because I want to find out where the fuck this was.
Yeah, we need some deets on this.
Do you guys ever
Louisiana, of course. They're on the way.
fucking Louisiana? That's like the closest thing we're gonna get to like in Australia here.
Dude, that's where True Detective took place in the first
newest
season.
one?
No, the first season.
Alright.
That was Louisiana. That's bad stuff happens there involving frogs,
Yeah,
if I
makes
remember
sense.
correctly.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they usually get put in some po' boys. The frogs do.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Frog legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, frogman.
I was really gonna do like a Cajun accent, but I was like,
Oh,
don't
please
do
do.
it. Don't do.
This
My
is-
brain's telling me not to
Chris,
do it.
this is your
Yeah, you
show.
should definitely do it.
Yeah, this is like if you can't
Do
do
you
it
want me
here,
to do
where
it?
can
I'll
you
do it.
This is a safe space.
No, it is not. It's called the internet. Nothing. I can't do it. Go ahead.
What you think? Some person from Louisiana is gonna be like, yeah, that man offended me. He said I was talking about I was rambling about.
First of all, that's terrible.
How dare you speak about me in such a manner?
telling me I don't talk right.
Oh, talk about a frog like po' boy. Oh, you don't disrespect us. Is that like
Yours is more spot on.
mine is
More.
just
You said Cajun.
Cajun.
That's not Cajun.
See, I was getting it.
That's foghorn leghorn. That's
If
not.
he-
I say.
if he was like an aristocrat, right? No, okay, fuck you.
Get this one.
Okay.
A police dog
Got
with
it.
the same name as a Nazi general got his name changed.
Wait, what? Say that again.
There was a police dog named Rommel. A police dog, a police canine, not like a. What do you mean?
Right, a police
Yeah,
dog.
And that'd probably create a stir in the neighborhood. Having
wait,
naming a
what
dog.
was his name?
Rommel, the desert fox.
Oh, I thought you said Ronald. I was
Ronald.
like how? Like if that was the name of a Nazi general, I don't think you would know that just given the first name. Now that makes a lot more sense.
But I like yours better. I like your story better. Like,
especially-
Nazi just because it's German, Chris.
I was gonna, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a German Shepherd, most likely.
nope, it's
so
like, it's this thing. I don't know what the fuck that is.
it's a hound dog.
Oh, I'm a hound dog.
What sort of police
What
dog?
good is that?
I don't know what is that? What kind of dog
That's
is
not
that?
even a. That's a useless
bloodhound. It
animal.
is a bloodhound.
It
It's a
trips
blood.
on its own skin.
Yes.
How's it gonna take down a criminal?
Hound dogs are
gonna
the
smell
the only breed of dogs that look like their entire body's uncircumcised. How is that going to help solve anything?
It does. It looks like a very.
Also, they're dead
Bare
giveaways.
penis.
Everywhere they walk, they howl.
That's just them singing the blues.
It's all that air escaping from all that loose skin.
Florida, guys. Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
All right, send us home with one more so we can do that calendar and say our goodbyes.
All right, let's do this one here. Let's do this one. This is a study. That means people paid for it to have it be done. Cats really do respond when you say their names.
I did also read that article.
Then my cat must think its name is Dipshit. Yeah,
Oh, bud.
yeah, yeah. It's really Q-tip, which rhymes with dipshit, sort of. Fucking spoiled little fucking thing.
Your cat?
I called it John Bonet Kitty last night because it's like perpetually like a little kitten, but it's like got fluffy hair and like it's like this If John Benet Ramsey was a kitten, it would be
and
this
eventually
guy,
you're gonna chop it up.
yeah.
That's why.
Let's put it this way: we don't have a basement. Hey, all right.
And hopefully the cat doesn't have a brother.
Do you guys have kitty cats?
No, I don't.
I lost one
I-
earlier this year.
I'm very close with a cat, but it is not my cat. His
Is it
name's
a-
Javier. He's a tabby cat, and he's fat as hell. I love him so much.
You're gonna see him crying. You're crying over here. Javier's cool. Sounds cool. I lost a cat this year.
Oh,
I was out of town, and our good friend of the podcast, Matt
Oh, that's
Redbeard, was
right.
watching the house. And he's watching my house, right? And I'm like, gonna come home the next day, but it's like 11:30. I get a call from Matt, and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. 11:30. Oh shit! And I answer. He's like, I don't know how to say this, man. Well, what happened? He's like, well, her name was Hillary Kitten. So
Hillary Kitten.
yeah. She was old as fuck too.
that's beautiful.
But he just goes, Hillary's toast.
That's oh my god.
And we were expecting it. She's super old. So I'm like, oh man, sucks. Sorry you had to deal with that. And he goes, wait. Oh yeah, she's toast.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's the part that got me. It was that wait. It's like you didn't double check before you hit send on the phone. Just, and then him.
Actually, probably double checked.
And I think he was trying to give it. I think Hippie Sean was there, and I think Hippie Sean was trying to give it mouth to mouth.
I believe it all. I believe they were. Oh, I believe it all. I believe they were so high.
Oh,
they
yeah.
probably got the cat high, and they probably killed the cat that
No,
way.
I mean, they came
We're just
in that way.
Or like one of them accidentally sat on it. I could see that.
Only Matt, really.
God damn. Shit's getting
I
dark.
love this
right
idea
now.
where he called you. He's like, "Oh,
She's toast.
she's toast." Oh,
I hope that's how people inform others of my death.
The sheriff's department goes up to your
Yeah.
parents' house.
Goes up,
Mr. and Mrs.
goes
Cole.
up to my parents. You think my parents are gonna outlive me?
Well, yeah,
You
your parents
cruel
are hella
fuck.
cool. Your grandpa's like 140 years old, man. So
you
it's like,
cry
cool as
about
fuck.
staying out too late.
Okay, they go to your grandpa's house because he's not going to die. And they go, Mr. Cole, Alex, toast. Wait. No, yeah, he's toast.
Wait, goes out to the
Like
car.
you're in the trunk and like, oh, no, yeah, he's toast.
Oh,
I don't know why I put like a Minnesotan accent. Oh, yeah, he's toast.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how long it took Redbeard to call you for him to look up on Google how to make sure cat is dead. Do cats hibernates? Can you give cats mouth to mouth?
There's just like a chart, and it's just like if your cat is breathing slowly, it may appear as though it's not breathing at all. If your cat is not breathing at all, that cat's toast.
It says like hurt, injured, like take to the vet and then toast. So that's the news.
That was
That was a good one. I'm glad we decided to do news.
Oh, and by the way, my condolences on your cat.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I'm sorry about
Here, let's
that.
pour one out. Oh, not on the computer. Oh, yeah, that's cool. She was old. She wasn't even walking on her back pads anymore. She was walking on her.
Was she just walking on her front feet?
Oh, walking. I wouldn't. Maybe I was using too strong a
Oh,
word there.
doing a handstand.
Just crawling.
Yeah, just like
Army style.
All of us going. When are you gonna die?
Oh God! Please give her a skateboard
She's like
to scoot
21.
around.
She was like 21 or some shit.
So we're just letting her like sit there.
No,
Yeah,
she got
man,
around.
at that
She
point, I
ate.
feel
We
like
weren't
you gotta
poking her,
call
like,
lights
hurry
out.
up. No, we weren't doing anything like that. On tape anyway. I'll tell you what. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we were. She was all right. She had a good life. I'm glad she didn't die on some cold slab in some vet's office and some. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been
And
there.
she's buried in our backyard, which also Matt and Hippie Sean did, and they had a whole service for her.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Apparently, all they did was talk about Monica Lewinsky the whole time for the service, but
Smoke two.
it was a
blunts.
service nonetheless. Respect, you know.
man.
Yep.
Isn't your backyard connected to a church?
Oh, we're next door neighbors to a church. It's not like we share a backyard.
I just love this idea of people from the church walking by as they're doing some sort of burial ceremony in their backyard, just talking about Hillary Clinton while smoking a blunt. And then, as a person's like, well, this fucking wafer and wine doesn't seem so special anymore.
Well, it was like midnight, so it was not the church that. I don't think anyone goes to that church anymore. I think it's a weed front. There's nobody ever there. It's all see you Sunday, and I'm like, as I drove by I'm like, there's nobody fucking here. What if I found God last night and wanted to come back?
It's that
next
one
door?
homeless guy from earlier. He's like, hey guys, you want to hang out? It's
I am God.
I have
But it
weed
was
hidden here.
We have those apartments, so we have like this part that could look into our back.
Yeah.
So it's like imagine if someone's like at midnight, like, oh, I'm gonna get some water, and we're gonna turn off Fallon, and we're gonna go to bed, and he's out there seeing two guys with a shovel and a fucking, and they haven't seen me or my wife at the house in like a month, and oh man. So,
Somebody moved to Humboldt County, and then immediately watched Murder Mountain, and then walked out and saw that happening.
Yep.
And they were like, "We gotta move. I can't teach at this preschool anymore."
That's weird. She has a preschool in her apartment, but still, I don't know if it's licensed or. That was news. Events is going up tomorrow on the 9th. So we have this weekend, we got Parker Newman. This is at the club, by the way. This is Savage Henry Comedy Club, 415 5th Street, Eureka, California. We got Parker Newman, Sacramento comic, headlining with a bunch of other Sacramento guys on Friday. We have Nando Molina doing a whole hour, local comic.
Yeah, full hour set. That's awesome.
What was that?
So yeah, a full hour set. That's amazing.
And then we every Monday, live podcasting 2 a night. Savage Henry Magazine radio program at 7, and we rotate the other one tonight. If you guys want to stick around, we have Illuminati by Nature coming up.
And say a little quick thing about Illuminati by Nature, just in case people don't know what
It's
that's
a supernatural podcast hosted by a local comic, Dutch Savage. Tonight our guest is, we're very lucky to get him. It's hard to get him to come down, but Alec Cole.
about. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Alec Cole is our guest.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, he's going to get hammer wings. He's been sitting downstairs for 4 hours straight. So, big 420 show, sponsored by Proper Wellness up the street here, the dispensary here in Eureka, California. Like people are going to drive from like Louisiana to go to. Well, anyway, that's going to be Billy Wayne Davis, Chris Charpentier, and Dave Ross. That is $14.20. That is on 420 at 9:00.
And then the Friday before that, April 19th, we have
Savage Burlesque.
Yes, for their second or third time here?
Third,
yeah.
The first two have been sellouts, as we're expecting the same
so,
now.
Yeah, so you heard that right. The first two have been sellouts. That's 9 p.m. On April 19th. That is a Friday. Savage Burlesque, a mix of burlesque and comedy here at the club. So make sure you can get your tickets
You can,
pre-sale.
Pete has them online. You can get them online if you click the Facebook event. It should have a link.
Yeah,
to
so
it.
look for the Savage Henry Comedy Club Facebook page and check out the events from there.
Yeah, and open mics every Wednesday night, every Sunday night, and every Friday afternoon for Laffy Hour, dollar off beers. But we do have a dollar beer.
Very big
now.
difference.
It's,
We got that Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock, yeah, for $1. So anyway, at this point in time, let's give it up for our crowd here.
Yeah, thanks for sticking
Coming
with
out.
us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for
This
Supporting
was fun.
live comedy, live podcasting, and now we won't be as ill-prepared next time because people are actually showing up. So it'll all be ready to go. Probably have more theme songs and stuff. And let's give it up for you two guys for coming down on a Monday in the rain.
So, Alec, do you have anything coming up here pretty soon?
Yeah, let me actually, I don't know it off the top of my head. I've got things going on.
While you look up stuff, I'll be doing, I have 2 more shows this season with On the Spot Comedy. On the Spot Comedy is an improv comedy show in the style of Whose Line Is It Anyway? We do it over at the ATL. It's actually a family-friendly show, surprisingly. I don't know how I make it out of there alive every time. But it's a super fun show. It's our second last show of the season before we go on our summer break. And that's going to be on, our next show is April 27th. So go check that out. It'd be super rad. But if you're not there, there's plenty of other stuff to do. Alec?
Yeah, so I guess I'll just keep it to this week since we're going to do a weekly thing, right? Yeah.
I mean,
So
don't
this
talk
this,
about like
this
what are you gonna do,
Thursday,
like 20 years from now or anything.
Well, I'm just for now.
I love how you're booking so far out.
Can
there.
I fucking promote myself?
No, you can't. I'm trying to step on it all like a big old elephant.
So we got comedy karaoke this Thursday, hosted
That's
by
right.
Jessica Grant, and I am on that show. That sounds like a good time,
Dude, that's a
because I
shit ton
love
of fun.
comedy and I love karaoke. So
Shit ton of fun.
this Thursday at 9, please fucking come out, have some fun.
Fuck and come out.
Yeah, fuck and then come out and then go back and fuck some more. It's good the second time.
Only if it's consenting.
You know what? I will throw out 420. We also have a showcase at Stuff and Things before the Billy Wayne Davis show
Yep.
with local Savage Henry comics
At 420.
So, Yeah, at 420 precisely. So if you want to
And,
come out to that, you should
brain
do
power
that,
that went
and then
into
go
that.
see Billy Wayne
Billy Wayne's gonna be a great show.
and Dave Ross and Chris Charpentier. All great comics.
And then for anything else more Savage Henry, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, Google, all that good stuff. We have a website. Just type in Savage Henry. It's most likely going to be us. Alec, where can they find you?
You can follow me at my handle on Instagram is Alec Cole Does Comedy. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I'm also on Facebook, but I don't really fuck with it that much. So,
Yeah. And then you can find me at Dan's Just Swell on Instagram, Twitter, and you can look me up on Facebook. Maybe I'll accept your friend request. Who knows?
Look at fancy lad over here. Like, maybe I'll accept it.
Who knows? No, I'm just a lazy Facebook person.
Yeah. I hate that I rely on it too much to do comedy shit. So no, I can't quit it, man.
You're hooked.
I want to, but I don't because I just spent like 8 hours the other day just watching videos. Just looped hole, just went down a rabbit hole.
We didn't ask for this many details,
No,
Chris.
look. When I the first video I watched in this 8 hour. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody, for listening. And
Let me tell you a little something about 9/11.
did you guys know that? All right. Goodbye.
Jet fuel.
I was gonna go there. I was gonna say
so long.
Steel beams.
farewell. No,
Auf
we're not gonna do
Wiedersehen.
that. All right. Good night.